Uncles. I hate stories like that, but Mike Williams has ended his basketball career. They have sentenced Mike Williams to 28 years in prison, or well, he was on trial and the judge's decision was not known. I explained that in this video here that you have probably already seen. Well, at the end of the video I left the end of Michael Williams' story open because it was not known if he was going to go to jail or not. But today, October 21st, the news is announced that Michael Williams will never play professional basketball in his life. And many relate his career to Ja Morant's because of his relationship with guns. But I'm also going to talk to you about Kevin Porter Jr., another basketball player whose career is going to be a little complicated. Since you don't like me putting fillers in the videos, let's go straight to Michael Williams. He is an American basketball player who was committed to the Memphis Tigers. He became famous on social networks because of the pleasure it gives to see him play. And this player is amazing. He even scored 76 points in one game. Clips that went viral all over YouTube. And well, if you don't know him, you don't know what you're missing because this guy was crazy at playing. Listen carefully. On Tuesday, Michael Williams stood trial on charges of assault with a firearm and shooting at a car. That is to say, he had a gun in the car and took it out to show off against a person with whom he got angry. Before this happened, Michael Williams was committed to play at the University of Memphis, and this has not changed. He remains committed to playing. He has not left the university team, but until the case is resolved he will not have access to team-related facilities or activities. So he can go running, go to the gym, train on his own, with his father, with friends in the basket at home, but he cannot use the university courts. And worst of all, you cannot federate in the league until everything is clear. And when is it going to end? That is the key question. In this case there are two options, option number A, and it is the clearest. Mike Williams is convicted by the judge and is guilty of the case. He will sentence him to about 20 years in prison because he will have extenuating circumstances, such as that he is a young boy or that he will confess, I suppose. Then Mike Williams will have to pay a kind of fine to be released, and thus he will spend the money to get rid of his legal problems. And the second case, Michael Williams has pleaded not guilty, and if he continues with his conviction the judge does not find evidence against him, then he cannot convict him and Michael Williams is freed from legal problems. But in both cases, at least a year and 5 months will have passed since the case is resolved, and the NBA will have completely changed, and not only NB, but Michael Williams as well. What will happen to his physique, his game, his social networks, and even what team do you think will want him? He is an aggressive, violent player and he must be a star. But he is 18 years old, only 19 when he comes out of the case, and we have already seen the example of Ja Morant, a player who was sentenced to the NBA for pulling out a gun. Despite being a star, I believe that no team would want Michael Williams, and you could say that his career is over. The truth is, it makes me very sad to see that someone who repents can no longer change his current situation because he has said that he regrets it. But I also tell you one thing, he deserves it, and it is better that a boy like that ends up in jail because he is a danger to the entire country of the United States. In addition, Michael Williams' father is also violent and problematic, much more so than the Bourbon, Melo Bull's father. And it seems that the pattern of attitude in the family continues to be the same. Another player sanctioned for pulling out a weapon has already been Morant. We all know this case, but not only did he show her once, but he took his gun out for a walk on 2 occasions. The first, the NBA, sanctioned him for 8 games and his fans went against him. But it did not serve as repentance because he showed the weapon in an Instagram live a second time, getting up to 25 game bans. And that's why the start of the season is lost. Another attitude that makes me very sad coming from a player who was changing the way point guards played basketball. And it is also said that it is the fault of his father, who raised him badly, even though he is already dead. Yesterday he said no, that this is a lie, that it is his fault and no one else's. And well, in the 2023 Basketball World Cup Moran could have been the star, but he was not even called up due to his social impact. No, let me show you a clip from the United States Sports News, showing a basketball player who has just been arrested for assaulting his partner, our third player in the video, Kevin Porter Jr.
Porter was arrested, accused of beating up his girlfriend at a New York City hotel last month.
NBA player Kevin Porter Jr. was arrested at a Manhattan hotel for domestic assault.
Ladies and gentlemen, he should be in jail.
Kevin Porter Jr.'s path to the NBA has taken a drastic detour, or let's be real with ourselves, he may have reached a dead end. His story has taken a dark turn, and we have seen the signs and warnings that he has left us very clearly, because it is not about the way he plays basketball, but rather it is about the way he acts outside of basketball court. And he has very worrying behavior in this transfer market. They sent Kevin Porter Jr. to the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Houston Rockets did not want him at all, and it is because of his behavior, as I tell you, a behavior that not only hurts others, but also hurts himself. I'm telling you now that this player is going through a professional crisis. In September 2023 he was arrested for strangling his girlfriend in his apartment, and that is why the Oklahoma City Thunder, who had thought they had brought a good player to the team, have decided to declare him a free agent. By the way, her girlfriend's name is Kaiser Odry, and she used to play in Bemba, that is, in the women's NBA, because this player turns out that she called the police because her boyfriend was strangling and attacking him. The police arrested him, and this player was released again on bail of $75,000, but with a restraining order against her, and now there are new developments in the case. The Houston Rockets wanted to get rid of Michael Porter Jr., no matter what they got in return, because they couldn't stand having a player with that attitude. Then the Oklahoma City Thunder appear and sign him in exchange for several rounds of the draft. So far it seems like a simple and good transfer for everyone. But the Thunder haven't wasted any time. They have immediately released Michael Porter Jr., leaving him without an NBA contract. It seems like a strange move by the Thunder, but it has been a strategic move in pursuit of draft picks and improving their finances. Michael Porter Jr. has no one to play with this year. Despite averaging 19.2 points per game with the Rockets, La Liga has lost a young talent who was starting to shine. But if he changes his attitude, he could return to the league, not like Michael Williams. So what's your opinion on Mike's situation? He can still make it to the NBA, or his dreams are already fading. But before you go, if you're eager to know more details about the Mike Williams saga, you're in the right place. Subscribe and activate notifications to see the next video about this case.